Rob Reiner's daughter has finally broken her silence, revealing the heartbreaking truth behind her brother's tragic decision, a story that has shaken not only their family but also the hearts of people around the world, and in sharing it, she offers a window into the hidden struggles that can exist behind even the most successful and seemingly perfect lives. She recalls her brother as a bright, loving, and sensitive individual who, despite being surrounded by a family that adored him and a life filled with privilege and opportunity, wrestled quietly with inner demons that no one could fully see or understand, and she describes the painful irony of watching someone so full of life, laughter, and potential slowly succumb to feelings of despair, isolation, and hopelessness, all while the world outside only ever saw his smiles, his achievements, and the moments he allowed himself to appear happy. In her revelation, she emphasizes that mental health issues do not discriminate, they affect people of every age, every background, and every walk of life, including those in families as prominent and accomplished as hers, and she stresses that the tragedy was not the result of a single event, mistake, or failing, but rather a complex web of emotional struggles, unspoken pain, and silent battles that he carried for far too long, struggles that he may have felt unable to share even with those closest to him, and she speaks candidly about the moments her family did see, the subtle signs, the fleeting moments of withdrawal, and how even with their constant love and attention, it was impossible to reach him in the way he needed. She recounts the difficult reality that families often face when trying to support a loved one in crisis, the heartbreak of wanting to help but feeling powerless, the frustration of seeing someone you love suffer and not knowing how to lift the weight from their shoulders, and the lingering question of whether more could have been done, a question that haunts countless families dealing with mental health struggles. Through her words, she paints a picture of a household filled with love, laughter, and hope, yet simultaneously touched by a shadow that no one could quite dispel, showing that appearances are often deceiving and that behind smiles and normal routines, there can be profound pain that remains invisible to the outside world. She also reflects on her father, Rob Reiner, a man known for his strength, resilience, and public persona, revealing how even he, despite his love, experience, and dedication as a parent, could not shield his son from the darkness that ultimately consumed him, highlighting the painful truth that love and fame are not always enough to prevent tragedy, and that sometimes, the most private and silent battles are the ones that leave the deepest scars. As she shares this story, she implores others to pay attention to the people around them, to truly listen, to check in beyond casual greetings, and to be present in ways that might make a difference, emphasizing that mental health awareness, compassion, and human connection are not optional but essential, and that speaking openly, sharing experiences, and reducing stigma can be life-saving. She also speaks to the importance of seeking help, professional guidance, and the courage to express emotions before it is too late, stressing that hiding pain or pretending everything is fine can have devastating consequences, and that families, friends, and communities must learn to recognize subtle signs and take action with empathy and care. Throughout her heartfelt account, she demonstrates immense bravery in telling a story that is intensely personal and painful, turning grief into advocacy and awareness, showing that even in the face of incomprehensible loss, there is an opportunity to educate, to heal, and to save lives by encouraging openness, dialogue, and understanding. She hopes that by sharing her brother's story, others will feel less alone in their struggles, that families will be inspired to speak honestly and lovingly with one another, and that communities will come together to support those silently battling emotional pain, because too often, tragedy strikes when suffering goes unnoticed, unheard, and unaddressed. Ultimately, her words remind us that life is fragile, that the most important thing we can do for one another is to care, to see, and to listen, and that even the strongest, most resilient people may face challenges that are invisible yet overwhelming, making empathy, awareness, and connection more critical than ever. And in telling her story, Rob Reiner's daughter ensures that her brother's life, struggles, and memory serve as a powerful testament to the importance of compassion, understanding, and the urgent need to speak out about mental health before it is too late.